set that camera up. There. Okay, let's get started. Everyone can hear me okay? We're going to come into our seat, settle in. So remember, the very start of our practice, I always like to remind you that I am only here as a guide. I'm not with you. I can't see how you're pushing yourselves. So just bear in mind to really tune in and listen to your own body. Don't push yourselves too strong or too hard. There's always variations. If anything feels too strong, just come out of it. Don't push through any pain. Place knees down, or even just come down to a rest pose and then join in again if you feel ready. But I'm not going to push you too hard. There's no need to be scared. It's just going to be a nice flow. We're going to work the whole body, working a bit of upper body, lots of core today. We love Thursdays for core strength, and I am going to be throwing in some balancing sequences. So thinking about gaining your power from the ground upwards, and really thinking about your foot alignment. So we're going to be strengthening our legs, our core, with ski season coming up, hopefully, fingers crossed, and we want to make sure we have our balance and our core strength all in order for that. And also some nice leg work, but all connecting to the breath, flowing, so letting go of that ego voice, trying to just be in the moment and not beat yourself up, and just be present for yourself and show up for your own self, your own body this morning. So let's come into our seat after that rabbit. I'm placing a little cushion underneath my glutes just to help get that length in my lumbar spine. Rest your hands down wherever feels comfortable, on your hands, on your knees or on your thighs, palms up or down, whatever feels best for you. And remember, it doesn't matter what any of the poses look like. So even your opening comfortable seat may look very different to mine. You may be up on your knees, you may be having your legs outstretched, sitting up on a bolster, whatever feels more comfortable, as long as we've got that length. So we'll settle in, close our eyes, just roll the shoulders down away from the ears, and just begin to think about grounding down through the pelvis, relaxing those inner thighs, and giving a little bit of lift to the rib cage. So trying to just lift and find space underneath the rib cage, lift the heart up and out from the pelvis, slide those shoulder blades down away from the ears. So we're already creating that length in the neck, in the lumbar, and finding a little bit of space between each vertebra. And then we'll close down our eyes and gently close our mouths and settle into our breath. Taking long, even inhales through the nose and exhaling through the nose. Just using these opening breaths of your practice to really settle in, to find a little bit of stillness and connect all of your awareness inwards. So just letting go of that outside world. Just giving yourself permission to be here for you for the next 60 minutes. Finding that space within, lifting the heart, dropping the shoulders, powering out through the crown of the head as you soften the facial muscles, and just observing the quality of your breath. So just beginning to center with your breath. Relax the muscles around the eyes and across the forehead. Relax the arms, allow the elbows just to fall down towards the floor. As you observe the quality of your breath, it naturally begins to slow down, to deepen, and to lengthen. Taking that inhale all the way down and into the belly, expanding into the abdomen, and continuing your inhale to work into the side walls of the lungs, so expanding the rib cage. And then as we exhale, grounding down, becoming a little bit more connected to the earth and softening and relaxing any tension that you might be holding on to this morning, whether it's in your inner thigh, in your neck, perhaps your shoulders, your arms, your legs, wherever it is, just tuning in, maybe performing a little bit of a body scan on your own self. Just observing without judgment. Keeping the eyes gently closed. We're just going to open with some lateral thoracic breathing. So we're going to place our hands lightly onto the rib cage, just above the belly button, fingertips just gently interlace in the front of your midline. Roll the shoulders down away from the ears and breathe deeply into the side walls of your lungs. As you extend into your inhale, feel the fingertips come away from the midline, come away from each other, and then as you exhale, draw the belly button, the base of the ribcage in towards your spine. Let go of the breath and feel the fingertips come back together. So we're just opening up the muscles around the base of the rib cage, working with the diaphragm. Shoulders relaxed, lengthen the neck, length along the spine, just focusing on that inhale and the exhale. Waking up our core as you really pull the front body in towards the back body with your exhale. Inhale to fill with prana, to fill with energy, to fill with nutrients, and exhale to let go of that spent breath. Engage to the abdominals, pull the belly button in. Lengthen your exhale. Inhale to open, fill with prana. Fingertips separate. Exhale, draw it all in as you let go. Maybe connecting to the movement of your breath, the sound of your breath, or just the feeling of the breath traveling all the way down into the belly. We're going to work with connecting breath to movement throughout our practice, so taking the time here and now to really connect to your own breath. Slow it down. Slow down your heart rate. Resting hands down onto knees when you're ready, either opening the eyes here or keeping them gently closed for some neck stretches. Roll the shoulders down away from the ears. Ensure you're still sitting up nice and tall, nice straight back. Inhale, lift the chin all the way up towards the ceiling. Draw a line with your nose. Open across the chest. Just have a little bit of opening to the front of the throat, and then as you exhale, roll the head forward and in so the chin comes in towards your throat. Inhale, roll right ear to right shoulder. Maybe lift up through the chin, opening the left side of the throat. Gentle halfway tilt back, and then exhale, roll the head forward, down, chin to chest. Other side as we inhale, roll the left ear, left shoulder, lift up gently through the chin if it feels good and right for you, and then exhale, release as you roll everything forward, chin to chest. Keep your head, your neck nice and relaxed. Inhale, the side one more time. Right ear, right shoulder as you inhale, rise up through the chin. Exhale, chin to chest. Just starting to connect that breath to movement when you're ready. Inhale, other side, left ear rolls to left shoulder. Chin tilts the head back, open down the left side. Exhale, chin to chest. This time take the hands down towards the floor as we inhale, palms to the ceiling. Find space between each fingertip as you rise up. Lift the chin, look up between the thumbs, hands kiss together at the end of your inhale. And then exhale, draw it all back down through that center line as you come down to your heart. Fluttering open eyelids if you haven't done so already. Roll the shoulders down and away from the ears. Just check in with yourself, notice how you feel just after that opening meditation. And then keeping the head in neutral, we're just going to take the hands down to the side and begin to pull the hands out and away, so creeping them away from either hip bone until they begin to float up and away from the mat. Keep the fingertips pulling down, find that stretch across the upper back, maybe nod the chin in, feel that stretch across the nape of the back, nape of the neck and between the shoulder blades. Find the stretch in the palm of the hand. I want you to think about really engaging through every muscle all the way down to the fingertips. Check in the inner thighs are still relaxed. And then inhale, turn the palms open to the ceiling. Keep them pulling down there. So again, finding space between the pinky finger and the thumb. Again, just tuning into that stretch along the arms. Keep that engagement going to help tone the arms all the way through the practice. As we inhale, rise arms up. Reaching through the fingertips all the way. Fingertips reach up, shoulder blades reach down, and then exhale, palms come back down to the heart. As we inhale, interlace the fingers, begin to push the palms out and away in front of the heart. Elbows squeeze in towards each other. Exhale, round through the upper back. Draw the hands away as you tuck the chin in. Find space between the shoulder blades. Suck the belly button in, roll back on the pelvis. Inhale to rise up, lift arms overhead, keep elbows drawing in, shoulders drawing down, push through the palms, stretching in the hands, the wrist. Exhale, push the palms forward, suck the belly in, round through upper back. Make sure shoulders don't rise up around the ears. Inhale, engage through the belly to rise up tall. Exhale to push away. Round through the upper back, pull the shoulder blades away from each other, round through the spine. Inhale to rise up, nice and tall. Push away through the pinky fingers and ground down through the right sit bones. Take the hands over to the left. Pushing through the palms, squeeze elbows in, shoulders drawing back. Try not to twist through the upper back. Have a breath there. Check in with those inner thighs. Inhale, draw into the belly, rise up through center. Exhale, take it to the other side, ground down through that left sit bone, draw the left shoulder back, squeeze elbows in towards each other, push through the palms, getting some heat in the wrists, the hands, into the upper arms, pull the shoulders down away, keep breathing, and then inhale when you're ready, rise up through center. This time taking the hands to the back of the head, squeeze elbows open, nice and wide, squeeze shoulder blades, and when you're ready, we're using an exhale, again, round through upper back, soften elbows forward around the ears, find space between the shoulder blades, chin to chest. Inhale to open wide, we'll do 2 more of these, so warming up the shoulder girdle. Inhale, present the chest, broaden across the heart. Exhale, round through upper back, round through the spine, chin to chest, tuck belly button in. Inhale to rise up and open. Squeeze shoulder blades, open elbows wide. Exhale, soften everything forward and down. Inhale to open wide. This time as we exhale, we're going to come into our cactus arms. We do this a lot. Open elbows wide, squeeze shoulder blades, and then tilt fingertips to come behind your elbows. So we're really pushing those shoulder blades into the back of the rib cage. Present the chest, open into the arms, no tension in the neck. Find a little bit of release there. Inhale, nice high with the hands, pull down through the shoulders, look up between the hands. Exhale to squeeze, again getting a little bit of heat in the shoulders. Inhale to open high, look up. Exhale, squeeze, cactus arms. Stay with your own breath. Inhale, open high. Exhale to squeeze. And relaxing the hands all the way back down. We're going to begin to open the legs wide. We're going to work into the lower back and open into the hips, back of the pelvis, and open into those glutes now. So we're going to start off sitting up onto a cushion if it feels comfortable, move it out of the way if it doesn't feel comfy, and we just flex through the heels. We want to draw the toes in towards our shin bones. This just helps to stabilize all of the joints along the leg and also helps to switch everything on, so you should feel it all the way up into the inner thighs here. Push down through the thighs and lift your heart up and away from the pelvis, drop the shoulders down. Maybe this is enough for you, maybe we'll just stay here. Otherwise we can inhale, rise arms up high. As we exhale, twist to the right, lead with the heart, bow forward, keep the feet flexed. Inhale, engage through the belly to rise up tall, nice flat back. And again, exhale to fold. Inhale up high. Exhale, twist to the left and hinge and fold. Pull back through the left hip creases. Inhale, suck into the belly, rise up. Exhale. Feeling it all the way down to that right hip bone. Inhale to rise, twisting to the right. Exhale, fall forward. Lead with the heart, lift the chin. Inhale high. Exhale, twist to the left, fold. Keep flexing through those feet. Inhale up high. This time forward and down, pull back through the toes. Flex through the heels, walk the fingertips forward, pull back through the shoulders. Soften through the heart, let the head hang. Keep flexing through those heels. We're going to feel it all the way up, inner and outer thighs, inner and outer calves. Opening into the hip flexors, back of the hips, broadening across the lower back, opening into the back of the pelvis. Tune into wherever the intensity is for you. Have one more big breath here. Either round up through the spine, taking your time to roll up each vertebra, or reach arms out in front as if you're reaching for something, and then lift it up overhead. Palms come together as we exhale, draw all of that energy back into your heart. Let's roll over our shins, come into a wide-kneed child's pose. Coffee's going cold. So knees out to the edges of your mat if that feels good, maybe a little bit further in if that feels better for you. Big toes touching, send the hips back towards your heels and walk the hands up to the top of your mat, drop down onto the forehead. And maybe have a little rock from side to side here, massaging that third eye chakra, making sure there's no tension across the forehead. Let the heart sink in towards the floor. Breathe and release. Resting the heart, the head down. Maybe creeping the fingertips further forward for a little bit of extra stretch underneath the shoulder blades, opening into the back body, taking the breath into the very side walls of your lungs. Inhale, lift the head, lift the heart, look up. And then exhale, lift the hips up, drawing the knees underneath. the hip bones, hands coming underneath the wrists for our tabletop. Just making sure your feet are shooting straight out behind you, making sure those shoulder blades are pulling down and away towards your lumbar spine. Pull the belly button in. And then we're going to come into our cat and cows. Inhale, lift the tailbone, point it up, lift the chin, splay open rib cage, splay open abdominal. Exhale, round it all in, nose come towards tailbone as you round through lower back, mid back, upper back, cat pose. Inhale, right wave as you articulate through each vertebra into your cow. Exhale, a few more in your own time using your own breath. Close the eyes, really tune into that movement. Finding space in the back body with your cat and splaying open abdominals and rib cage with your cow. Come back to tabletop wherever you are. Draw the belly button in, and we're just going to advance slightly by adding in a hip flexor. So we're going to send the right toes up towards the ceiling, keeping the hips square here. Take them up as high as you can, point through the toes. And then dropping into our cow pose, so we're also going to start to lift the heart up and away, pushing actively through the hands. Make sure your fingers are splayed out nice and wide. Shoulders draw back and away, lift the chin, take the toes up high. You're going to feel the stretch all the way along the front body. And then when you're ready, using an exhale, we're going to round it all in, knee towards nose. Round your upper back, really puff into the back of the rib cage and try and draw that right shin up and away from the mat. Inhale, send the toes up high. Lift the chin, splay open collarbones. Exhale, hug it in. Inhale, take it high. Exhale, hug it in. Hold and hover here. Really try and get distance from the shin bone away from the mat. Round to the upper back. Tuck the chin in, round, and find space between the shoulder blades. And then inhale, take it up high, open it out. Releasing the toes to a point. So pointing the toes out behind you. You're going to come into a Pilates push-up. Take a big breath in. Exhale, hug elbows in. Drop chin and chest down to the mat. Take the toes up high. Take a breath. Exhale, push up strong back to your three-legged table. Dropping the knee down. Take it to the other side. Left toes come up high. Find the stretch in the front of that left hip. Begin to push through the hands, round through the elbows to lift the heart. Lift the chin. Lift the toes. Hold and breathe. Inhale, take them up high. Exhale to round it all in. Hug it in. Find distance away from the mat with that shin bone. Inhale, send them high, open through the heart, open through the throat. Exhale, round to squeeze, belly button draws in. Inhale up high. Exhale, draw it in and hold, hover. Keep breathing. Squeeze, 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 belly button in. Inhale, take it up high. Coming to the point, exhale, elbows squeeze into the side body. Drop chin and chest, toes high, look forward, take a breath. Exhale, push up strong. Drop the knee down, push all the way back to child's pose. Going to come into a little flow here, just on our mat. So just take a gentle rock here, just see how you feel now. Just trying to get a little bit of heat in the core before we move into more of our flow. Gentle rock, sway from side to side, release any tension, creep the fingertips forward. As we inhale, we're going to lift the heart, lift the head, lift the hips, but keep the forearms low. As we exhale, we're going to come forward and down with the chin and the chest. Hug elbows in, hips are high, and then inhale, drop hips, lift belly button, lift heart, snake up into your cobra. Exhale, send the hips back. Inhale, hips high, forearms low, gazes forward. Exhale, drop forward and down, elbows drawing in, pull back through elbows and through shoulders. Inhale to drop. Hips, lift belly button, lift heart. Exhale, do a few more in your own time. Exhale to push back. Child's pose, kiss them up with the forehead. Inhale, lift hips, drop forearms low. Exhale, chin and chest. Inhale, drop hips, lift belly button, lift heart, lift chin. Exhale, send the hips back. And one more, inhale. Hips high, forearms low, gaze forward. Exhale, drop chin and chest forward and down, hips high. Inhale, drop hips, suck belly button in, lift heart, roll up to cobra. Exhale, straight back down. Inhale, cobra push-ups, lift chin, lift heart, lift belly button, push through the hands, elbows drawing, shoulders drawing back. Exhale, snaking back down to the mat. Inhale, lift chin, Lift hard. Exhale to come back down, forward and down. Inhale, come up. Exhale down. This time, inhale, tuck toes under, lift and engage your kneecaps. Exhale, push all the way back up to your downward facing, first downward dog. Maybe making any adjustments here that you need to. Send the hips down, up towards the ceiling, send the heels down towards the mat. Hug, elbows in towards each other, push actively through fingertips. Push down to the thumb. Let the head hang. Suck the belly button in, really point those tailbones up towards the ceiling. Shine the sit bones up, find space underneath the glutes. Let the heart and the head go heavy. Walk it out, or find stillness, do whatever feels good for you here. A little bit more core. Plant down through the left foot. Inhale, rise up through the right. Exhale, roll shoulders over wrist and suck knee in towards chest. Try and touch nose towards knee. Inhale, send the toes high. Push back through the hands. Let the heart and the head sink. Exhale, knee comes forward to chest. Hover shoulders over wrist. Inhale, last one coming up. Exhale, as we come forward, we're going to cross the knee underneath the body towards that left elbow. Take the right foot out underneath the body. And then rock on the back foot to drop the heel down. Push to the grounded hand, the right hand to lift the left hand up high, fallen triangle. Squeeze the glutes, push the hips high, point through the toes, lift kneecaps. Push the grounded hand. Inhale, drop the hand back down, left hand comes back underneath left shoulder. Lift the knee back to the chest, hover. Inhale, send it up high. This time bending into that top knee, take the heel towards that left glute. Stack the hips, opening on top of each other, maybe twisting to look up underneath that right arm. Remember, you can always drop down on that left knee if anything's getting a little bit too strong. Open the hips, breathe into that space. Drop into wild thing if it's in your practice. Find that stretch in the front body, opening the hips, strengthen the arms. Big breath in. Exhale, knee to chest. Sending it up high, inhale. Dropping the foot down, well done. Take it straight to the other side. Inhale, left toes come up high. Keep the hips square. Exhale, shoulders over wrist, knee towards nose. Hug that knee up away from the floor. Inhale, send the leg up high. Exhale, hug it in. Maybe try and touch knee to nose. Inhale, up high. Exhale, hug it in. Inhale, high. Exhale, hugging it in, crossing the body with the knee, so the knee comes over to the right elbow. Extend the leg, plant the foot down, twist on the back foot, rise up, right arm comes high. Pushing through that grounded hand, lift hips, look up to that top thumb, extend all the way to fingertips. Draw that right shoulder back. Find that stretch down that right side. Inhale, right hand comes forward and down underneath the shoulder. Knee comes back to the chest, hover. Inhale, send it up high. Bending into the top knee. Heel comes to right glute, looking up underneath the left arm. Feel free to drop into wild thing here, otherwise hold. Trying to stake that knee up high. Squeezing heel to glute. Really flexing through that back heel. Push down through the right heel. Inhale, send the leg back up high. Exhale, knee to chest. Well done. Inhale up high, last one. Exhale, drop it down to the mat. And then begin to walk your hands in towards your feet. Soften knees. Let the chest rest over the thighs. Reach around and grab either elbow. Let the head hang. Take a gentle ragdoll here. Breathe. Enjoy releasing the arms. Releasing the neck. Releasing the lower back. Breathe and release. Gentle sway. Taking the hands down to the floor and walking the feet out now to the edges of the mat. Maybe taking them wider, toes pointing in. We're going to find our wide leg forward fold. Again, you can add a rock, gentle sway and a bounce here. Connect to the outer edges of your feet. Release the wrists. Even maybe doing some circles with the hands if your wrists are feeling a little bit sore after all those three-legged dogs. Place the hands on your hips. Inhale, nice and strong through the abdominal, lift the chin. Lead with the shoulder blades, so we're coming up with a nice flat back. When we get there, relax in. Inhale, up with the arms. Exhale, palms to heart center. This time, left hand comes down the left thigh. Inhale, up through the right. Drop down through the shoulders. Exhale, take the arm overhead. Side stretch. Let the left hand creep down towards the left knee. Draw the right shoulder back and away from the ear. Looking up underneath the arm. Breathe. Find space in the side body underneath the rib cage between each rib. Inhale, nice and hard, nice and strong through the abdominals to rise up. Exhale, take it to the other side. Right hand creeps down towards the calf, the knee. Draw the left shoulder back to look up underneath the arm. Active to fingertips. Breathe into the left side to look up underneath the arm. Inhale, rise up strong through the abdominals. Exhale to the left. Inhale, rise up, sway through center. Exhale to the right. One more on either side. Inhale, rise up. Exhale to the left. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, right. Inhale to rise both arms up. Exhale, both arms come behind the hips. Interlacing fingers. If it's too strong with wrist injuries and shoulder injuries and things, maybe just keeping hands on hips or even coming to prayer here. So starting to pull the knuckles down to the floor. Open through the collarbones. Lift the heart up and away from the pelvis. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Take a nice deep breath in. Squeeze the glutes. Lift the heart. Lift the chin. Exhale with the flat back. Lead with the heart into your forward fold. The more you squeeze your shoulder blades, the more the arms come up and over the top of the head. Draw the heart down and towards the floor rather than in towards the back of the mat. Squeeze arms. Elbows drawing in towards each other. Let the body hang. No tension in the neck. Still pushing down equally through either side of the outer edges of your feet. Kneecaps lifted to get all the way up to the inner groin. Breathe. Inhale, release the hands, bringing them down to the mat. Plant down, right hand. Take the left hand up high, twisting from the solar plexus. Keep the hips square. Shoulders are stacked on top of each other, active all the way up to those top fingertips. Pushing actively through the grounded hand. If you can't reach the mat here, open your legs up a little bit wider or place your hand on the outside of the left shin. Help get your twist there. Inhale, release the body back down. Plant down through the left hand. Inhale, right hand comes up high. Looking up towards that top thumb. Any problems with your neck, you can keep your head down here, get your gaze down. Really try and lift the heart up and away from the floor. Get the shoulders stacked on top of each other. Active through to fingertips. Find that twist around the base of the rib cage. All the way around the waist. Breathe. And dropping the hands back down. Walking the feet in back towards each other. Coming together now. Feet together as we walk ourselves forward to our plank pose. Push away through the heels. Visualize energy shooting into the wall behind you rather than into your mat. Breathe and hold. Belly button in. Find the length in the neck. Shoulders draw back and away. Squeeze kneecaps up towards your thighs. Push through heels. And then send the hips back. Inhale, lift up high with the heels. Push the heart towards the thighs. And then as we exhale, open the knees wide. Push the hips back towards the heels. Inhale, shoot forward to your plank. Exhale, open knees wide. Push the hips back. Inhale, shoot forward to plank. Exhale, knees wide. Push the hips back. Inhale, plank. Exhale, knees wide. Push the hips back. Last one. Inhale, plank pose. Drop the knees here if you need to, otherwise use your inhale to shoot forward slightly. Drop down to chaturanga. Inhale, drop the hips. Upward dog or cobra. Tuck the toes, downward facing. Breathe. Find a little bit of space in the back body here. Hold your down dog, tilt the pelvis up towards the ceiling. Push the heels down. Noticing if you're a little bit warmer now, maybe those heels are coming down a little bit further to the mat. Maybe you can lift your toes up a little bit. Maybe your head and your heart's shifting a little bit closer to the floor. Breathe. Broaden across the mid-back. Suck the belly button in. And then we're going to take a gentle walk or a jump or a step all the way up to the top of our mat for our forward fold. Feet together here. Exhale. Grab hold of the shins, bend the knees if you need to. Open elbows wide, draw the head and the heart down towards the floor. Inhale, flat back to reverse swan dive all the way up to Tadasana. Find your drishti. Exhale, hands to heart center. First standing balance. So find your drishti here, something that's completely got your focus. I find it helps to have something more at floor level rather than eye level. Rock forward and back, push through the palms to engage your core. Draw the shoulders down and away. Lift kneecaps. Find your calm, find your center. Belly button's engaged. Knees are lifted up towards the thighs to switch the legs on. Pushing actively down through your padabandhas. That's your balls and the heels of your feet. Take your weight into your left foot. Begin to rise up. Peel heels, balls of the right foot until the toes float up. So if you want something handy, if you want a chair, if you want to move so you're closer to a wall, then please do so. Or just have a go and don't worry if you fall out. Just keep coming back to it. Engage the abdominals to lift the knee up as high as feels good for you. So we're using our hip flexors, we're stretching around the back of the glutes, switching on our core, strengthening the standing leg. Maybe using our hands to pull that knee in towards the chest a little bit more. Make sure the tailbone is still shooting down. We can do little circles with our feet here. Again, we can stay here if this is enough for you, or we can grip the shin with the left hand, slide the right hand down to either the ankle or perhaps to the foot. Again, maybe this is for you, maybe work on this. Otherwise, coming into a happy baby, lifting the foot out in front, left hand comes to left hip, squeezing the knee up towards that right shoulder to open to the inner thigh and that right glute. Flexing through the heel, pull the toes in towards the shin bone and lift that front foot high. Squeeze. Don't worry if you fall out, just come back in. Really great for your core. It's also really great to balance body and mind together. So we're trying to connect body, mind and spirit. You'll not be able to think about too much else other than exactly what is going on here and now. With every muscle, every tendon in the body, each breath as you wobble, you will tend to wobble as well. If your mind is wobbling, your legs will probably wobble. So if you fall out, just come back in. Maybe advancing again a little bit more, we can take the left hand now towards the foot, either the outside or the inside or the big toe. Right hand can come to right hip and we begin to push the foot out in front. This is enough for you, just working on this. Even keeping the knee bent if it works, so opening into the left shoulder. We can maybe add a twist here, begin to take your drishti with you along the floor, to turn to look over that right shoulder. Twisting from the waist, shoulders open, broaden across the chest, maybe to extend that right thumb out behind you. Breathe. Take your time, don't worry if you come out. Well done. Take your gaze forward again, crossing that front leg over the left, coming into your eagle legs. Palms together if this is enough for you. So you're going to start feeling the burn in that left leg. If you want to come into full eagle, left elbow, crosses right. Draw shoulders down and away, squeeze elbows together, push the forearms away. Lift your gaze, maybe sink your hips a little bit. Well done. Let's come out with a nice big inhale, lift arms up, shoot that right foot out. And then exhale, cross it behind the left, drop down on the toes, push through the heel, and then lift your heart up to the right. Grab hold of either elbow, bend into that bend in the front knee, left knee. Find that stretch all the way down the right side. Told you I had a balance sequence. Inhale, come back to center and bring the feet back together. Release the arms back into prayer. Taking it to the other side. So you might want to just circle that left foot out a little bit after taking a weight for that sequence. Find your padabandha, begin to peel left toes, left heel, knee to chest, drawing it in. Breathe. Again, you can circle that left foot if it feels good. This is enough for you. If we're still working on balance, this is where we stay. Otherwise, sliding into happy baby on the left, reaching down for the outside of the foot or the ankle, squeezing the knee up towards that left shoulder, keep the tailbone shooting straight down, lift the chest, the heart coming out from the pelvis, flex to the left foot, draw that right shoulder down and away, find your drishti, opening into that left hip, breathe. Nice and strong. Make any adjustments you need to. If you feel you're going to come out, it's actually helpful to try and lift a little bit higher rather than collapse into it. Make adjustments. Lift your heart. Push down through the paddle. Taking the right arm across the body, gripping the big toe or the outside of the foot. Left hand to the left hip. Extend through that left foot. If it feels good and right, maybe going for the twist. Take your drishti with you along the floor as you begin to turn to look over that left shoulder. Maybe the left arm can reach out. Keep the knee bent if you need to. Just working on the twist. Draw the knee to the chest and twist that way if that feels good. And then releasing the foot, coming into our eagle, crossing left leg over right. Sending the hips low, right elbow crosses over left. Eagle arm. Draw shoulders down, squeeze elbows together, push forearms away. Sink as low as you dare. Feel the burn in that right leg. Relaxing the inner thighs now, softening into the groin, letting the groin have a little rest after the hip opening. Bring belly button in. When you're ready, nice big inhale to open up nice and wide. Arms come overhead, foot shoots out. And then as we exhale, cross behind the standing leg. Push away through the heel. Grip hold of elbows and then lift the chest up to the left. Look up. Squeeze shoulder blades together, present the chest. Find that stretch on the left side. Release the arms. Inhale, big sweep up to Tadasana. Feet together. Exhale to hinge and fold. Lead with the heart. Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift to lengthen. Arms can come out either side of the rib cage or can stay down at the mat, whatever feels better. Inhale, one more, halfway lift to lengthen. Exhale to fold. Send the right toes all the way to the back of the mat. Coming into a high lunge. Push it down to that front foot, push away to the back heel. Square off hips to make sure that the feet are still hip width apart. Push into that front knee. When you're ready, swoop, brush the mat with the fingertips as you inhale to rise. Coming up strong to crescent pose. Try and straighten that back leg. Push away to the back knee. Make sure front knee stays over front ankle. Hands can reach up overhead. Squeeze elbows towards the side of the head. Reach up through fingertips. Draw shoulders down. Pull belly button in and up. Lift the rib cage up and away from the pelvis. Maybe lifting your gaze. Breathe. Big reach with the fingers. Inhale. Exhale, cactus arms. Inhale, straighten that front leg. Stabilize are going to kick in as we exhale. Wrap the arms forward. Lead with the heart as if you're reaching for something. Inhale, right hand to the mat, left hand comes high. Keep that front leg straight if you can, but bend it if it's too strong. No pressure, no judgment. Pull that left hip in. Stack the shoulders. Look up to that top thumb. Twisting from the waist. Breathe. Inhale, lower. Left hand down to the mat, but swap it inside the left foot. Bend into the left knee. Twist on the back foot. The heel comes down to the mat. It's going to come into an extended side angle. So if it's too strong, lift your elbow up to your front thigh. Inhale, swoop the right hand back and over, coming all the way overhead if you're reaching for something at the top of the mat. Lift that right shoulder back to look up underneath the arms. Squeeze that back knee in and up. Push down to the outside edge of the back foot. Active all the way to fingertips. Breathe. Lower the hand back down. Twisted lunge. So we're going to turn up onto the toes. Back toes lift. Right toe plants down. Right hand plants down. Left hand reaches up. We can send all 10 toes to the right if you want to go a little bit deeper. Drop down on the heel. Back foot, knife edge. Lift the hips. And then left hand comes to the floor outside left foot. Right knee comes down. Low lunge. Take a breath. Lift the heart. Exhale to push up. Inhale, swoop the arms overhead. Exhale, lower down, low lunge. Sink the hips. If it's too strong with the arms, place hands onto hips. Just work on squeezing shoulder blades together. If you need a little bit more, reach overhead with the fingertips. Lift belly button in up to lift the heart. Soften around the hips so the gravity takes over. Inhale, hands come down to the mat. Big step back as we exhale to chaturanga. Remember, drop knees down first if you need to. Inhale to drop knees and then drop down, comes down. Or if we're doing chaturanga, the inhale is to shoot forward, so the elbows, when you bend down, stay over your wrists. Inhale, upward dog or cobra. Exhale, downward dog. Find your down dog. Let the heart rest, let the head hang. Breathe with your rest. Inhale, halfway lift to lengthen, looking up to the top of the mat. Bend the knees. Step, jump or walk up to the tops of your mat. Exhale to forward fold. Have a few breaths here, finding space in the hamstrings, all the way up to the glutes. Let the head hang. Open elbows out wide to really broaden across your mid-back. Inhale, halfway lift to lengthen. Hands can come either side of the hips. Pull back through the fingertips. Exhale to hinge and fold. Inhale, halfway lift to lengthen. Exhale, hinge and fold. Inhale, step back. Left toes to the back of the mat. Find your balance. Remember, find your strength from the ground up. Inhale, shooting up to crescent pose. Crescent lunge. Make any adjustments that you need to. Reach up through fingertips, down through shoulders, lift belly button in and up to find space beneath the ribcage. Push away to that back heel. Make sure that front knee stays grounded. So we're stabilizing. As you push into that front foot, the knee stays over that ankle to make sure everything stays strong. Ooh, and nice. You wobble. Inhale, reach out through the fingers, lift your gaze. Exhale into your cactus arms. Inhale, straighten that front leg. Stabilize, drishti. Exhale, wrap arms forward, lead with the heart to hinge and fold. Inhale, left hand comes down, right hand comes up into our twisted reverse triangle. Remember, you can bend that front knee if it's too strong. Otherwise, send the hip back, but hug it in. So we try not to let it come out to the side. Pull it back. Breathe. Inhale, hand comes forward and down, swapping for the left hand. So the hand is now inside the foot. Bend into that front knee. Remember, you can come up to elbow, onto thigh if it's too strong, if it's not quite available here. Squeeze the knee into a tricep if you can. Inhale, drop the back heel down, twisting the back foot to the outside edge of the back mat. And then reach the left arm up and over. Try and draw the ribcage away from that front thigh. So we're still active on the underside of our waist. Shoulders are stacked, looking up to that top thumb. Lift back kneecap, push into front knee. Breathe. Inhale, send left hand to the mat. Twist on the back toes, lift right arm. Looking up, top thumb, stack shoulders. And we can twist all the way to a knife edge, so we can twist all 10 toes over to the right. Lift the hips. Drop the hand down, twist back up onto the toes, and drop the back knee down. Lift the heart up and away from the front thigh. Make sure that knee is over the front ankle. Maybe shuffle forward if you need to. Relax that back leg. Inhale to rise. Exhale to sink the hips low. Lift heart. Draw shoulders back and together. Look up. Breathe. Inhale, lower fingertips to frame that front foot. Lift back toe, tuck back toes, lift back kneecap. Big step back to your plank. Knees down here if you need to, otherwise take your chaturanga with your exhale. Hug the elbows in, lower down. Inhale, shoot forward and up, cobra or upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Inhale, halfway lift with the heart, with the head. Look up between the thumbs. Soften the knees and step left foot behind left thumb. Turn that back foot out to your warrior one stance, so dropping the heel down. Heel should be just about in line, but don't worry if you need to widen your stance a little bit. Going to come up to standing, so bend into the front knee. Inhale to rise. Exhale, cactus arms. Inhale, straighten that front knee. And then once more, we're going to come into our pyramid pose. So we're going to wrap the arms forward. So if you're reaching for something, really push down into that back heel, lift through the back kneecap, straighten the front kneecap, hold if you can, belly button in, draw the arms back into their sockets, gaze forward, heart pulling forward. Another inhale, find space. Exhale, maybe to fold a little bit deeper. Arms can come out beside the body, pinky fingers brushing against the hip bones. Pull the hands back, pull the heart forward, shoulders back, hinge and fold. Or hands can come down to the floor, whatever feels best. Start drawing the head and the heart down. Hinging over that left hip crease, keep active through the back leg. Then let the head hang. Breathe. Bend into that front knee. Take a nice big inhale. Sweep arms forward, nut, come back up to your warrior one. Push through that front leg strong. Exhale, hands to the mat, step back, plank pose. Hold. Find your stance. Knees down, inhale first. Or shoot forward with your inhale. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog or cobra. Exhale, downward dog. Breathe. Check your stance. Let the head go. Gentle shake of the head. Relax jaw. Inhale, soften knees. Look forward. Step right foot behind right wrist. Bend into front knee. Drop the back heel down. Twisting into warrior one, legs for the back leg. Engage through the back side edge of that back foot. Lift back kneecap. Brush mat. Inhale to rise. Exhale to sink it in. Make sure shoulders and hips all facing forward. Active through that back leg. Inhale to reach. Exhale, cactus arms. Inhale, straightening that front leg. Pull belly button in as we exhale to swoop arms around and forward. Pull back through the back right hip crease. So we're going to pull right hip crease back. Left hip crease comes forward slightly just to square off the hips. Active all the way to fingertips. Pull belly button in. Inhale, reach. Exhale to hinge and fold. Drawing the heart and the head down. Hands can fly out to the sides or come down to the mat. Do whatever feels best for you. Find that length along your spine. Pull back through the hip creases. Push down through the heels. Lift kneecaps. Let the head hang. Inhale, drop the hands to the mat. Bend into the front knee and step off that back foot to bring the toes together in sort of mid-center to your mat. We're going to come down onto our toes. We're going to lift the heels, bend into the knees, coming into a toe stand. Maybe you want to keep your hands down here. Maybe we can begin to float the hands up off the mat. Draw the shoulders down. Lift your gaze, lift the pelvis up and away from the hips. Push into the knees, find your balance. Don't worry if you need to keep your hands down. Try and squeeze toes together, ankle bones together, knees together. Pull up on the pelvic floor, big breath in. Exhale, push up to standing. See if we can stay on our toes. Inhale, testing our balance. Take the arms up, keep the heels high. Gripping hold of elbows. Take the arms overhead. Stay high on the toes. Find your drishti. Maybe adding a gentle twist. So maybe twisting with our exhales to the right. So trying to keep the toes balanced. Lift the heels high. Looking all the way around behind to that right back corner of your mat. Breathe. Lift kneecaps. Exhale. Come back to center. Stay high on the toes. Balls of the feet. Take a breath and then exhale. Send it left. Twisting. Try and keep your balance. Breathe. Inhale, release back to center. Exhale, palms to heart center. Big breath in. Exhale, try and lower down as low as you can. Count to 5, 4. Step on the toe. 3, 2, 1. All the way down. Click, click, click. Holding here. Going again for the twist if we've got our balance here. Don't worry if you need to keep your hands down. Or if you fall out, shoulders down, lift the heart, find a drishti, take a big breath in. Exhale, leave that right elbow. Twist yourself around to look over that right shoulder. Keep pushing through the palms. Hold for a breath. Squeeze knees together. Pull up on the pelvic floor. Inhale, release back to center. Exhale, leave the left elbow. Twist to the left. Keep pushing through palms. Thumbs to the heart. Squeeze knees together, shoulders down. Coming back to center. And releasing down into a butterfly pose. Palms, soles of the feet together. Draw the heels in towards your hips. Knees out wide. Make sure we're sitting right on the tops of our sit bones. Send the knees down towards the floor. Squeeze the glutes. Open across the collarbones to draw the shoulders down away. Find length in the neck. Take a nice big breath in. Exhale, maybe using those triceps and the elbows to bend and fold from the hips, using your elbows against your inner thigh. Find a little softness here, maybe tune into those inner thighs, deep connective tissues inside the hip joint. Leading with the heart, maybe coming a little bit further forward if it feels good and right for you, trying to keep that flat back if we can, shoulders pulling back and away, chin stays lifted, so we're pulling the heart forward. So we're trying not to round and curl into ourselves, basically, trying to keep that length in the spine if we can. Breathe. Just listening to your body here, just relieving the lower back after the standing poses, the twists and the folds. Opening those hips. Find that space across the back of the pelvis. Let the head hang, let's soften the shoulders, soften the jaw, maybe even have a gentle shake of the head here if it feels good. Big breath in, and then slowly lifting the heart, the head as we restack each vertebra one at a time, nice and slowly to come all the way back up to a sitting position. Join the knees in towards each other. Now we go at our boat pose. So remember we have options here. We want to try and lift our feet. So you want to make sure we're sitting on to the very tops of our sit bones and just to grip the backs of the thighs to lift the heart again. Find that length in your spine. Lift the heart away from the pelvis so we've got the length in the lumbar. Shoulders draw back and away. Maybe the hands just sit behind us and we engage the kneecaps. Squeeze knees together, lift up on the pelvic floor. So just lift the feet up to get the feet parallel to the mat. Calves parallel to the mat. Otherwise, we can take the hands lightly to the backs of the thighs. Again, keep squeezing, pulling up on pelvic floor, broadening across the chest. The most important thing is to try not to round the spine. If we're rounding the spine, then our hands should be back here, or if it feels good, reaching arms out. Suck the arms back into the socket will help to broaden across the mid-back. Squeeze knees together. Breathe. Maybe lifting arms up, inhale. Exhale, lower them back down. Inhale, lift right toes, straighten right leg, point the toes. Exhale to release. Inhale, left toe. Exhale to release. Inhale all together. Exhale, come back to your boat pose. And then we're going to have a go at low boat. So from boat to canoe. Inhale. Exhale, lower the lower back. Inhale, rock back up, squeeze knees to chest. Inhale to open. Exhale to squeeze. Inhale. Exhale. Belly button draws in. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale, make it count. Exhale. Grip hold of the knees now. Cross over at the ankles. Lift the heart, drop the shoulders. Exhale, chin to chest. Give yourself a nice hug here. Inhale, lift the head, lift the heart. Exhale, roll all the way down onto your back. Squeeze knees into chest. Relax shoulders, relax the head, have a gentle rock. Massaging again that lumbar spine, relaxing this lumbar after all the standing poses, the twists, the folds. Relax the shoulders. Take the right foot down to the floor. Squeeze the left knee in. And then cross over at the ankles. So we're going to come into our figure of four pose here. Just to open into the back of the glutes. And before we come into our twist. So we're going to squeeze the right heel walks in towards the right glute. Make sure you have equal pressure down to the back of both backs of the pelvis here. So equal pressure across the pelvis. So we bring our knee into the chest, so lift those right toes up high, bend into the knee, maybe gripping behind the thigh muscle, interlacing the fingers here, or maybe coming all the way forward to interlace fingers in front of the shin. Wherever you are, see if we can flex through that left heel. So active through that left knee joint. Feel that stretch a little bit more on that left glute, left hip joint. Find a little bit of release. Relax the arms, soften the jaw. Make sure the shoulders are down away from the ears. Breathe. Big breath in. Exhale, release gently. That right foot back to the floor. Take the right arm across the body to the outside of the left knee. Take the left arm out wide in line with the left shoulder, and then rolling on the outer edge of that right foot to drop both legs down to the right, lifting up and over onto that right hip, twisting around to the right. So we're going to drop everything down, but we're going to try and keep the left shoulder, as much of the upper back as possible, onto the floor. Take your gaze over that left hand, make your palms up to the ceiling to help open that left shoulder, and then settle into your twist. Allow your spine to neutralize. So we're finding a little bit of stretch down that left side, rib cage, heart, obliques, outside of the hips. Relaxing the inner thighs now. Let the weight of your legs just take over. Gravity doing the work for you. Relaxing jaw, softening now into your mat, getting ready for our relaxation. Just getting rid of any final blockages along our natural energy centers, along our spine. Allowing for any natural adjustments in the muscles that run vertically along our spine. And once more, just connecting down to the earth, getting grounded. Let the earth hold you here. Allow your breath to come back to its natural breathing rhythm. Heart to slow. Tuning into any shifts in energy, any heat, any coolness now as we begin to slow down our practice. And when you're ready, nice and gently begin to release the legs, the hips back to center. Drawing that left knee back into the chest for one final nice squeeze. And then dropping the left foot to the floor, walk the heel in towards that left glute. Draw the right knee into the chest, give it a nice strong hug, chin to chest. Flattening the lumbar spine. Equal pressure down through either side of your pelvis, crossing right leg over left thigh. Flex the right heel, draw left knee to chest, bringing that right leg in with it. Interlace fingers either behind the thigh, or if it feels better, in front of the shin. Squeeze and release. Send your breath in your mind's eye down towards that right hip joint, right glute muscle, hamstring. See what feels good here. Make sure you've got length in your neck. Breathe. Feeling, really tuning into wherever the intensity of this pose is. You're feeling it around the right hip joint, just tuning into that, feeling the intensity, and just noticing the longer you hold it, the more you relax. Are you holding onto any tension in the legs still? Can you relax any of that away? Noticing if it just gets a little bit easier as you hold. Find some stillness. Slowly releasing, left foot back to the floor. Left arm crosses to the right knee. Right arm comes out wide, palm to the ceiling as we lower the legs over to the floor on the left, coming onto the outer edge of the left foot. Keeping as much of that upper chest and that right shoulder on the floor as possible. Let your head roll to the right. Left arm is just there for a little bit of extra support, a little bit of extra weight to pull you over into a nice gentle supine twist. Yes. Settle in and let yourself go heavy. Notice a nice stretch along your right side now as you stimulate the left side. Tune into your breath. So even though we're twisting and we're restricting the base of the rib cage, still want to feel that nice expansive inhale, filling to the side walls of the lungs, stimulating the soft tissue. And that exhale to just let go of any tension in the body, let go of it. Anything that we just don't need to hold on to. Ground down. flow. When you're ready, allowing the hips to come back to the front, to center. Releasing the right foot back to the mat, taking the hands either side of the hips. Finish last pose. Nice finishing front body opener, just to open into those hip flexors after all our folds and twists. Plant down through the hands, pushing through the feet to rise up to your bridge pose. Keep knees, hips, ankles all in line as you peel up onto your shoulder blades. Squeeze shoulder blades together. Lift hips sky high as you squeeze the glutes. Push down through equally insides and outsides, heels and balls of the feet. Toes should be nice and light. Maybe interlace fingers beneath the body. Shuffle shoulder blades in towards each other. Lift the chin slightly to open the throat. Breathe. Find that expansion in the front body. Quads, hip flexors, abdominals, rib cage. Take a deep breath in. Release the hands back down to the mat. And then slow as you can with your exhale, massage each vertebra back down into the floor, massaging into your lumbar. And then as the hips release, pelvis tilts to neutral and the lumbar spine arches up and away from the floor. Stretching out long, have a nice full body stretch. Arms can reach overhead. Push away through the toes, reach away through the fingers. Maybe even spring the ribcage up and away from the mat, arching into the spine. Find a nice full body stretch. Navel to spine with your exhale, and then inhale, lift arms up high, rotating palms to the ceiling as you lower, and exhale the hands all the way down to the floor, palms to the ceiling, walking the feet out away from each other, rolling onto the outer edges of your heels. Grab hold of a blanket, any pillows. If you have an eye mask, then great. Anything that helps you to really connect to the earth, so a nice heavy blanket is really helpful. Close down the eyes, close your mouth, and once more settle into stillness for our final pose. As you draw all of your awareness inwards once more, come back to your breath. And once more become the observer of your breath. In your mind's eye, really engage and watch the flow of your natural rhythm. As the breath watches in and out and over you, the natural ebb and flow. Observing how your breath once more naturally begins to deepen and to lengthen. Allow your breath to hold you here in this present moment, in the here and now. Allow the breath to hold your mind's wandering attention. As thoughts come and go, as they always will, allow them to pass across your awareness. Observe how the mind works, how it continually tries to draw your awareness away from your breath and away from your present state. Gently guide yourself back into your breath. And be kind to yourself. Allow the weight of your body to travel all the way down your legs to the heels. And visualize any tension, any stiffness, any worries, any fears just draining out from your heels and dissolving away into the earth beneath you. Soften and relax the leg muscles, the ankles, muscles around the shins, the calves just resting lightly on your mat. Soften your kneecaps. Observe the gentle bend behind your knee, lifting up from the mat. And then pausing to acknowledge the strength in your legs, the strength in the inner and outer thighs, the quadriceps, the hamstrings, and just releasing any tension from these muscles now. Allowing the skin and the muscles to just spread like water, becoming heavy. Shedding any tension. Feeling the heaviness and the weight in the back of the pelvis. Hips are open and relaxed. There's no tension here, just feeling a sense of groundedness, connecting to the earth beneath you. Taking your awareness into your abdomen and allowing that gentle rise and fall of the belly. Inhale as it expands, filling with prana, with nutrients, your natural life source. And your exhale to once more release that spent breath and release any tension that's holding you back, holding you down. Observing the natural curves of your spine as your lumbar arches up and away from the mat. Rib cage feels spacious. So much space for the breath now. Rise and fall, the movement of the breath within the lungs, within the rib cage, within your chest. Internal organs absorbing all the benefits of your practice. Allowing yourself now this time to rest and digest. Shoulder blades melting away into the floor. Again, just visualizing the skin spread, the muscles melt, the heaviness in the arms all the way to fingertips as your palms are open, backs of hands just resting onto the mat. The broadness and the openness across your heart, your chest, your throat, and the natural length in your spine and the arch of your neck as it comes up and away from the floor. Neck feels long and lengthened, open. The jaw is relaxed and soft. The tongue is just resting neutrally either in the base or the roof of your mouth. No tension around the mouth, across the cheeks, around the eyes. Softening in between your eyebrows, across your brow. Releasing any final tension you may be holding on to in the face. Traveling your mind's eye across your crown chakra, across the top of your scalp. And then coming to rest your attention into the back of your head. Feeling the heaviness and the weight of your scalp imprinting into the floor. There's no effort for the body to be here. Your mind is calm, clear and quiet. Your body feels relaxed but active. Just thanking yourself for showing up, for taking the time out of your day, your week, to not only strengthen and tone your body, but also to find the connection between body and mind. Slowing down and observing your thoughts. Releasing what no longer serves you. And creating a calm and centered mind. Allowing yourself to very gently wake up from Shavasana. Maybe taking a couple of really deep breaths, the biggest breaths of your day so far, into the side walls of the ribcage, expanding the chest. Before wiggling fingers, wiggling toes, drawing your awareness back to your physical body, your surroundings, your environment, whatever works for you before doing whatever your body is asking you to do. as you come out of Shavasana, you may want to stay in Shavasana if you've got nowhere to be, you're in lockdown, there's nowhere to go. Feel free to stay exactly where you are for as long as you feel you need. Otherwise, you do whatever you need. Lift knees to chest, have a gentle rock, a hug, a twist even. Lift legs up overhead, maybe come into a bridge pose, maybe even just a full body stretch to just bring a little bit of movement back to your body before gently rolling over onto your side or rolling up through your spine, doing whatever you need. If you wanted to come and share, closing your practice together, and come back up to a comfortable seat. Wherever that is for you, remember. It's all about how it feels to you, no matter what it looks like. So we'll close our practice together, coming into a comfortable seat. Again, just finding that length in the spine, dropping the shoulders down towards the floor, rising up through the heart, through the crown, letting elbows go soft. Maybe coming into Chin Mudra if it's in your practice, pushing the index finger in towards the thumb to form the seal of knowledge. Breathing into the side walls of the lungs, finding a little bit of stillness once more here, just to tune into how your body and mind feels after your practice. Closing down eyes, gently closing the mouth. We'll finish with a gentle neck stretch as we always do. Roll the shoulders down away from the ears, take a nice big inhale, lengthen the neck. Exhale, drop right ear to right shoulder. Just allow the weight of the head to be there. Keep the heart lifted, keep length down either side of your waist. Breathe into that space, finding a little bit of distance between the tip of that left shoulder and the inner ear. Take another inhale when you're ready and let your exhale roll the head forward and down through center until the left ear reaches over towards left shoulder. Again, just allowing the weight of the head to be there. Maybe rolling that right shoulder down the way, feel that length along the right side, tip of the shoulder to the inner ear. Taking an inhale when you're ready. Allowing your exhale to roll the chin forward and down into the throat. Let the head hang from the tip of the neck, work both shoulder blades down and away. Keep the heart lifted, length through the lumbar spine. And just feel the head fall and separate ever so slightly from the very tip of your neck. Check in with those inner thighs, ground down through your root chakra, your hip bones. Elbows are heavy. Jaw is relaxed. Take a big breath here. And with your exhale, release the head up towards a neutral, natural position. So just let the head roll up. It'll stop where it wants to stop. And then as we inhale, rise arms up and out, overhead. Hands kiss together at the end of your inhale. Look up towards the thumb. And then as we exhale, bring it down through the center line and pausing briefly at our third eye to remind ourselves to be kind with our thoughts, at our lips to remind ourselves to be impeccable with our words, and finally to our hearts as we bow down and forward. Namaste. So thank you everybody.